What up, world? Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. You already know what it is. Welcome to Waxvillain Fireside Chat. We got greatness in the building. The Charities are joining us. Brock Van Pelt, Alec Karen Boom, Sage Province. Keep it locked. We'll kick things off real soon. Shout out to everybody on the line. We see you. It's good to be back in the building. 2024 Season 4 starts tonight.
You've been hanging around the corner, and I've been trying to find.
I see everybody. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to New Tone Recordings in the house. We see you. What up, Brock?
Yo.
Hey, man, have you heard this song before?
No, never.
Well, I'll give you the 411. It's a gang of brothers out of Hermosa, California. I think it's like the 25th it drops or something like that, but we can talk about that later, you know?
Oh, they sound good. They're sounding good. Yeah. I like that.
How's the weather today, man?
It's raining, actually. Yeah.
You're not in Seattle, are you?
No, I'm not in Seattle. You're in Seattle, right?
I sure am.
I was going to say, if you were in Seattle, I'd just come right over to you and we could do this interview right in your studio, you know what I mean?
One day we're going to have a fireside chat in real life, none of this virtual business.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, where are the other fellas?
They should be joining in just a second here. I know they're watching right now. Let's see here.
Let's get this request going.
Yo, Sage, if you're watching, request to join.
Send the request, fellas. We'll let you in the back door.
Let me see. I can text them real quick too. Yo, thanks y'all for the kind words. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Shout out to Chris Duhan. We see it. Look at that. That's candy coated. It wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have a little glitching going on to kick things off.
Oh yeah, you gotta have some technical difficulties. You know what I mean?
All right, I just saw the request come through. There's one.
All right. You know my second guitar player, Alec. He might take a second to get in here. He was traveling. Here we go.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I was also logged into Charities Instagram, so it didn't go through right away.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What's up, Sage?
Oh, so it's just us now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Record of the year.
It is possibly. Come here real quick. We got a special guest appearance real quick. Come here.
What you done there?
Come here. Come on. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it. This is my mini-me. This is Elf Brand. She just want to come say hi real quick to everybody. We want to make the first live stream of 2024 special, so she just wanted to come through real quick and say what's up. She's
Family first. Nice to meet you.
Singing a song earlier.
Saying hi.
Yeah. Thanks for coming and saying hi to us.
All right. Yeah, outro. I see you. You going behind there. All right.
That was cute. That was awesome.
Every now and then I can get her to kind of make a little cameo like that, but
gotta get the cameo in there.
Yeah.
You gotta get the cameo in there.
So fellas, I see we got 14 on the line. If y'all are ready, we'll go ahead and kick things off.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I want to welcome everybody to Waxvillain Fireside Chat. Fireside chats are similar to interviews. However, we take the time to do the research. We want to make sure that we're not duplicating efforts. More importantly, we want to support and strengthen everything that's out there. We got about 8 or 9 questions. Y'all know how I do things with the introduction. So I want to take you back to when I first learned about the Charities. I was talking to New Tone Recordings, and they said, Wax, we got something for you to listen to. I said, I'm all ears. I always get excited about this kind of stuff. And I remember seeing the music video, but I remember the audio first. And I remember the feeling that I had inside. And there's a lot of things that are exciting when it comes to the indie soul scene. The labels that I love, the community that I love to support so much, but there was something special about this. Something about the song, something about the look. And I said, gee, the formation looks familiar. We've seen bands like this, but never with such a big impact on the first single. From there, we continued to learn more about the band. We did more research, backed by the production of Anthony Messino, the maestro of Penrose Recordings, and one of my favorite producers, one of my favorite new producers that I've recently learned about in the last year or
Shout
so.
out
Ladies and
Tony.
gentlemen, I would love for you to help me welcome the Charities.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much
Hey,
for
what's
being here
up?
tonight.
We are the Charities.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
So let's kick things off with introductions. I'd love it if you could tell us your contribution to the Charities, where you're from, and also let us know who we're missing today.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Brock. I'm the lead singer and songwriter, and yes, and also the founder, one of the founders of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm Sage Provins. I'm one of the newest additions to the band. I joined in like about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago almost. And I play guitar and do some background vocals. And yeah, love being a part of the team.
Shout out to the background vocals. I love me some
They're
background vocals.
key, man. That's what separates the men from the boys nowadays.
Ooh, Chris Lujan, do you hear that, brother?
There it is. There it is.
So, fellas, I want to get into the new record, but I want to talk about something. You know, you're sharing bills with the Altons, the Sinceres, crafting soul records with Penrose Maestro, Anthony Messino. You've got a brand new 45 on the way. Who are the Charities, and what is your why for making this kind of music?
Yeah, the Charities. So, we're missing a couple people. Obviously, we have our bass player Derek. We got our drummer Shane. We have our other guitar player Alec. And we got our keyboard player Mike. That's all the instrument players. We also have a saxophone player and a trumpet player. That's our good friends Yuval and Joel, who live down in LA. So they're not here as well. They usually come and play some big shows with us. But and then we got our manager Joanna.
Years he plays with us every now and then.
Oh yeah, and then Eric. Yeah, that's right. Eric plays in the Sinceres. He plays with us every once in a while. But yeah. Long story short, a lot of guys, a lot of friends, and basically, the Charities just started kind of as like my idea, because a lot of the bands in my neighborhood, they kind of were disassembling, and I was kind of like, I had all these really great players around me at the time. And so I kind of asked them if they wanted to come and be in something new that I was starting. And it wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for having these people come in and give me like their take on things and provide their talent for the band. So that's pretty much how that happened.
So you took advantage of some free agency, but I think you're leaving a little bit of money on the table, because when I was doing my research, y'all aren't just like a band of guys that just want to get together to play music, on a Thursday night from 7 to 9. Keep me honest, but if I understand correctly, y'all left the city and y'all all moved in together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the country, and y'all started crafting, right? I mean, this was just life from morning to night. Is that true?
Yeah, I think at some point it just became more serious, and it was harder to rehearse and record all the time in like a city. There's been a lot of members that kind of come in the band and go out of the band. And so, yeah, so Sage is someone who moved into the ranch with us. Can you hear me? Is it messing up at all?
You sound crystal clear, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, basically it just got more serious once like we just started seeing kind of the traction that it was gaining, and we decided we wanted to go move and live on a ranch. Sage came and joined us there after like during COVID, so that's why he was saying he's kind of one of the newer members. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We just started taking it more serious, and I'm glad we did. You know.
Now let me ask this: throughout all the different folks joining and whatnot, and I know you lost a couple members too. Where does the name the Charities come from? And talk to us about that identity of the band name and what it means to you.
Yeah, basically, it's one something I want something cool that sounded like old school, like a doo-wop band.
Okay.
And I found a name called the Donations, and I thought that was a really cool name, the Donations. It was like, I wanted something classy and stuff, but the donations was taken, and I was like, man, I wish I could find something that's like that. Like that's such a cool name. And I came across the Charities, and it had never been taken before. So I decided to swing with it, and everyone's been pretty cool with it ever since. Everyone's liked it a lot.
I love that. Now
Yeah.
I'm seeing Alec trying to swoop in there. I accepted the request, but let's just kind of monitor it and let's see here. All right. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Now, Bring Your Love, Angel Eyes is not only your latest pair of hit singles, it's your debut on New Tone Recordings. I've got a series of questions here. What is the story behind these two songs? How did it start? And when does Anthony come into play? How does that all come together?
Well, good question. Um, yeah, I mean these are some old songs that I used to like mess around with back in the day, and Anthony knew about them actually from back before he started working at Penrose, and basically I uh, I was just sending him songs, and I was like, man, I really want you to record the Charities. We got like a really solid crew going right now.
Yo,
Um,
what
yo,
up?
yeah, there it
You.
is.
Now,
Well, we
Nah,
got.
Alec, when I said fashionably late, I didn't mean for you to come through the door at 6:10. I had to put security
Yeah.
back.
I'm sorry, man. My
It's where.
I'm
bad.
joking. You're good.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, so they were older songs. I told Anthony that I would really like him to produce something. I brought that idea to Sage and the rest of the guys, and they were gun ho for it. And Anthony picked a couple of old songs that I wrote that we weren't even playing at the time. And we've known Anthony for I've known Anthony and Alec here have known Anthony for years. Alec has actually known Anthony since they were like in middle school, I think, or even elementary. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
the guitar part, I remember Anthony messaged me. I think maybe Brock had written that guitar part, but Anthony really he put together a little recording and sent it to me, and we essentially used almost verbatim what he sent it for.
shoot,
And then we tweaked it a little bit, like added a little bit of stuff to the end of the song, but it was that was how like the main melody of the song was recorded, like and brought about. I remember we used basically what he sent me in his like little voice recording on his phone. So that was kind of cool because I was like, oh man, sounds really good already.
Okay. And Alec, what about you? What were your thoughts when you heard this come through?
Oh, which one were you talking about again? I kind of got
bring your
lost.
love.
Bring Your Love.
Yeah,
Yeah, at the time I wasn't in the project. I was taking a little hiatus. But when I first heard those two songs, I was like, yes, like we're getting somewhere now. Like that's my voice. Good. I'm hyped. I still am hyped. So to see it come out too. Get some wax finally.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to see is actually having it on vinyl. Like I've never had that,
yeah.
And
but it's a good feeling to see those records and be able to give them out and stuff. Like it's pretty awesome. So thanks for on or to New Tone, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful color variant, limited pressing. I mean, this is the stuff that really excites us in the community when we see something that looks as beautiful as the music sounds. For me, those songs, there's something about the feeling, the warmth of the instrumentation, your vocals, the background. I might be saying this wrong, but there's kind of like a call and chant with the hook, and that is just so energizing and exciting. Can you tell us how that part came about, or maybe what inspired that there?
You know, no joke. Alec actually was kind of part of that writing process. He may not even remember it, but we were at my old apartment over in Redondo, and I that was when I first kind of started messing with that song. And we did actually kind of sit there, and we were having a couple beers, and we started kind of like singing some stuff, and we're like, oh no way, we were kind of like finding some cool, like we really like that, what I call it, almost like almost like punchline, or like kind of type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like we were talking about that, and we're like, boom, ba 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 ba, nowhere to run, nowhere and so, and we were like, yo, that's hard. And we were just really into that punchline, like real hit kind of stuff. Like the vocals are doing it too. It's a big chant, and so
Mhm.
like that's kind of just how it came about. But it wasn't really put into complete like you know, it wasn't complete until we got all the boys that you see here now, and we got in the studio with Tony, and then we all started like figuring out how it should actually go and stuff like that. So it was just a loose idea like that me and Alec used to mess with actually back in the day.
Sure, I'll run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Now you've kind of talked about it a little bit, and this was one of the questions I wanted to ask later. But I'm always interested to know in kind of what I call these special moments in the studio. You know, oftentimes as a fan, I see a 45, I see a label, maybe I get a snippet. But what I really want to know is like what happened below the tip of the iceberg. Is there any magical moments in the studio that y'all had that really kind of stand out? Or maybe you were feeling stuck and somebody said something and that was what kind of set you guys forward there. Just kind of talk about the chemistry in the studio because again, we don't see that. We don't know how these songs come together. We just hear the finished product.
Right. Yeah, you guys wanna weigh in on that a little bit?
I mean, for
I mean, I was there.
these the single in particular, uh, like this, like it was. I had never really heard these songs at all, so it was like going in pretty blind, other than like a little voice memo and stuff. And it that Brock and Anthony definitely knew more what the song was going to sound like. The rest of the musicians in the room, and it was, but it took all of us kind of like learning the parts, like partially in the moment, or like it actually learning what you're gonna do when we actually go to hit record, and then a combination of that, and then take what like Brock and Anthony had already come up with, and it's you never really know, I guess, until you get right there in the button's pressed and it's recorded, and then you really feel it, and you're like, well, is this how we want it to sound permanently, Wax or on Spotify or wherever it's going? And then there's always
Oh
changes
no.
made every single time. There's going to be changes that are made once you get to that point, and I guess the process is partially just it taking if there's someone that's taking lead, follow them, and then when you know that something needs to be changed, speak up and make sure that change gets happened. And I'd say that's a big part of the process.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was. But all in all, it's a good time. And like, especially last time we got to the studio, Alec was back with us. It went great, and we figured out a lot of good stuff in the studio. And so also be out on the lookout for that. We'll have some other releases coming from our most recent recording set this year, I believe. So that's another thing to look for.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want you to brag a little bit about Anthony because I'm such a big fan of his work. But is there anything that you can tell us about Anthony that maybe you gleaned, you know, from being in the studio with him, or maybe some guidance he gave you that would help all of us just kind of understand what an incredible human being he is?
Yeah, I could
Man,
that or whatever.
go ahead, Al.
I mean, I've known Anthony probably the longest, I guess, with the whole crew. Like I said, we grew up together and we've always been making music together. But it's great to like see him now where he's at and putting in all the years and effort, doing it legit with Gabe and everybody over there at Penrose app. And when we're in the zone in the studio, he's on and he's not dwelling on anything. Like that's the magic I think that happens when you start making a record or doing something. It's like never any reason to go further or dive deeper into a wrong idea or any idea at all. It's just like, what about that? Let's try that and like give it a shot. And just throwing shit at the wall and see if it, and not doing much or wanting it to be, well, I had this idea or whatever. Like there's always ways to amend ideas and keep it going and flowing. And he's become very proficient at the ball rolling, I guess, and also having good ideas and keeping it very concise and streamlined.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. And, I think it's not, you don't always get that experience where everyone's gelling, aligned on the same page. And there's kind of that momentum to move forward without kind of maybe, hurting feelings or not making, it feel included. So
Totally.
I
I think it helps all of us for that because we all like have spent like years together and we've all been in different projects or, whatever. But like at the end of the day, we all like grew up together and stuff. So it's like we get in there, we're just stoked to be like, wow, we're doing this together, man. Like this is cool. This is
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it just makes it easy to like keep rolling. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to
and
worry
if
about it.
I was just gonna say, just since we're on the topic of Tony, like I think, I've worked like jobs with Tony where like we used to work at the same place back when we were younger, like 19 years old, and he's just always been like one of the hardest workers. He's always rised up through the ranks very fast. Like, there was a point where like he started working for me, and within like 2-3 months, or like he started working at the same place as me, and within like 2-3 months, he was like my boss, and it was really rad. But that just goes to show like his work ethic. We got a lot of really good guys in the band with great work ethic. Anthony is someone who like just exceeds that work ethic always. He's always striving to be like the best that he can be. When he moved to New York to join Daptone, like I mean, he didn't know that he was going to join Daptone, but I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to work for a record label, and he did because everything he like says that he wants to do, like he will find a way to do it, and he did. And he continues to do that. If he tells us that he's going to do something for us, he does it, and he doesn't slack, or he's not lazy about it. So that's one thing I just have always respected about Tony.
No ceilings. I love that. Now,
Yeah.
through talking to you tonight, I've learned that this really kind of started with you, Brock. This was something that you had from years ago, and you kind of reveal it to the rest of the band, and everybody puts their hand on it, and they're molding and shaping. I'd really like to know what is your goal for this release? What's kind of the objective, and what do you want to strike with the fans? Because here you've got this prize thing that, like I said, it started with you. Everybody puts their hands on it. It's kind of going through a production line. What's the impact that you're trying to make? What do you want the people to know about with these two songs in this physical release?
I mean, straight up, like I just want to make some contenders. I want to put some contenders out there to show everyone that like we're here to play, and we love the music, and we look up to a lot of people in the scene, and all we want to do is be able to like hang with them and play music with them, and it's we already feel like we're starting to get to do that, and like I think that's everything is just we all love what we do, and we want to do it forever. So we want to make some good music, and everyone hear that music and be like, okay, yeah, these guys can hang. Like, get them in this, like let them rock with us. And I feel like that's like the biggest goal, is just show what we can do, showcase our stuff.
Very good, very good. Fellas, do you want to add anything to that?
I agree. I mean, that sums it up perfect.
Sorry, I might be.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. Back when I don't know how like I came in a little late, but yeah, like I remember Brock and I kind of starting this project. Like our first shows were in like what 2016, Brock.
Yeah,
And
probably like 2016, 2017, no joke.
fucking like trying to hustle this thing and do it, and went from like playing small little like record stores where you could barely fit like 30 people in there, and like backyards at a friend's house, and whoever's mom would be like, yeah, you guys play your show or whatever. And then now, we're like, yeah, we're about to go on this like little run with Joey and like all the women in the crew over there with all the cheers. Like, okay, cool, like it works, stuff like this. There's never any like gratification unless you're like really lucky, hit it right somehow. It all lines up. But yeah, we've just been like spinning the wheels, and now we're kind of getting that traction, and it feels really good. And but like we still have all the same heart started, and it compounds and grows from here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. One of my favorite labels on the indie scene is New Tone Recordings / High Tide. I absolutely love the label. I think it starts with the owners. It's all about kind of passion, care, and the way that they care about the scene and the music. How did y'all cross paths with Vince and Magdalena, and what made New Tone Recordings the right home to launch this debut release?
That's
Basically, they reached out to us. They were looking to buy a record. They were like, "Yo, where can I buy a 45?" We told them we don't have any 45s to offer at this moment. And
really
how can I? He's like, "Oh, you don't have a 45? Let me see what I can do for you." And really, Vince and Newtone. They just been so good to us ever since they reached out to us, like just trying to help us out, man. And I would say that it's made all the difference. Yeah, Newtone. Shout outs to Newtone. They just submitted our two songs to 1,200 NPR radio stations. Ladies and gentlemen, tag what radio stations you'd like us to be requested on. If you're listening, check it all out. Yeah, Vincent is a cool dude. Thank you, Eric Andre. I hear you. Vince is great. But yeah, they made those. They basically helped us out by making those records, and also just doing so much more for us, kind of in the behind the scenes. Like I said, like submitting our music to these NPR radio stations and stuff like that. And there's so much more, like with all the things that they have their reach to do, and they just saw us doing what we do, and they liked it, and they reached out to us straight up. Vince reached out to us, and we're glad that he did.
A lot of humility in all this.
Mhm.
This relationship. Bad. It's just like what we do, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, what was it like when y'all got to hold these for the first time and look at it? Walk me through the feeling of looking at it, seeing your names on the label, and then putting it on the table, and just kind of seeing all the buzz all around the world about this record.
Well,
Yeah, actually, I have a test
got them,
pressing right here.
and then
So this is a test. This is one of the test pressings, and I'm probably gonna frame this because I've always wanted to, have, I don't have one of the other ones, but I got the test pressing right here. But yeah, that I mean, it's amazing. Were you gonna say something, Sage?
yeah, we were so hyped that we covered Brock and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And splayed him out on his body. It rained, and it was got a good picture, and it was awesome. We were all stoked.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. Seeing also just me and Anthony back in the day, and Alec, and I'm sure everyone who's ever listened to records before, you always look at the record and you see the name of the song, and then you see, the writers' names, and you go, oh, who's that? Who's that? I used to do that looking at Delphonics records. I'm like, oh, William Hart. That's William Hart. That's the guy. He's like the lead singer. And so seeing like my name on there, and then also seeing like Anthony's last name on there too,
Yeah.
like it was kind of a dream come true, I think, for all of us. Just like, oh, that's so cool. Like, and I can't wait till all of us at some point or another get our last name on a 45. That's like a goal, I feel like, to just see everyone's name in the band at some point writing a song and having their name on that 45,
I think I'm up with that, bro.
Yeah, you
Might work
are.
out.
Yeah, he is.
Same dream. We all share this dream, so yeah, it's definitely exciting. I'm stoked. We're all stoked.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. I think, again, going back to the tip of the iceberg, I feel like, as professionals in our fields, we work so hard, and celebration, success is really seconds. It's a deep breath, and then you're kind of back to it. So I hope that y'all really appreciate this. This is a fantastic two-sider right here. I love this. Heavy rotation all day, but I'm going to put y'all on the spot. A-side or B-side? Which one you like more?
B-side.
Oh,
I'm a B-side guy. I think Angel Eyes came out great. Bring Your Love is fucking awesome, but fucking B-side is chill.
I caught what you said when you were doing like your little review on it, and you were like, I just call this like a double A side, and I was like, yeah, sure, I that shit. That's what's up.
That's
Like,
good.
you got it doing that.
yeah.
It's very much a double bubble. I mean, it's a must-have. What can I say?
We're stoked on it. We're just super proud on both of the songs, and I think you called it out. Double A side all day. I think personally, like I have a deeper thing for me with Bring Your Love. Like, I don't know, just kind of, I just feel like it's very unique, and I'm really stoked that we dropped our first 45 and that it had such like a unique kind of sound. I thought, just like the progression and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely double A side all day. Like, I love it. I think it's great.
I appreciate y'all guys giving insights. For me, when I hear that introduction with the instrumentation, it always reminds me of like, Michael Jackson, where there's that 20-second. It's all about 20 seconds for the intro.
Mhm.
If an intro is 20 seconds, the rest is fire. It's going to be on repeat all day. And then, we get to see all y'all on the stage in the video. Brock, your vocals.
Thank you.
There's nothing really like them on the scene. And so that uniqueness makes y'all stand out. And I think, again, I do the research. I try to look high and low. I try to find everything. Y'all look like a band of brothers on there. It's not just like you're saying that for fun or to have a cool storyline. So that warmth that I get inside from the instrumentation, this reminds me of the records that I chased from the late 60s to the late 70s. And there's no real deviation like, gee, this sounds too overproduced or it's not original. And I think that's something that Anthony does a really good job of preserving that sound from the past, but bringing it forward, still keeping it in line, uniting the old with the new. It's just a marvelous record. The video is fantastic. I want to move on to the next question, because I know y'all really started out doing a lot of live shows. I believe it was a college town, and there would be lots of backyard parties and things like that.
Rock and
But
roll.
what I want to know is this: when the folks pull up in the venue, I believe on the 25th, you know, describe to us what they're in store for. What does this sound like when you go to see the Charities? What songs are we going to hear? Is there anything new? Let us know.
For sure. Definitely.
Go ahead, boys.
We're probably gonna be like in these sets, like playing all the stuff that we recently recorded but released stuff. So I don't know, we might say this is new, or we might just do it and leave people a little in question there. But all the new stuff on these shows and like pretty much hereafter until they come out and get pressed. But yeah, always just trying to have a good time, and we like take a lot of time to write our set lists and create like an organized set list of like, oh, but then we have this vibe and we'll like bring it down, bring it back up, and then we're just gonna end it with a banger or whatever. Like, we're always trying to like think about how we can make it a ride. I think everybody really does that.
There's always something new every single night.
Okay.
Like even if we do play the same set list, there's gonna be something new every night. We don't play every song the same way every single time, and that's definitely important to me. I like to make it for the live performance. Like, it's always got to be some little extra there. Like, it can't like twice in a row. At least our vibe that we have going on. There's always gonna be something else. So if you see us 2 nights in a row, you're gonna get something a little different out of it, and there's gonna be something along the way for the moment and new from what we've done before. So that's always a big part of the goal. Do something that's a little bit different from the night before, and it also sounds bad. Like we're also progressing and like getting sound better.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun time. We're always having fun. We're always stoked to be there on stage. The sound there is gonna be super cool. It's a big theater, lots of people. We've been working really hard on our harmonies lately. We've been getting so much better at them. I think everyone's gonna be stoked on hearing that. And then new songs with new harmonies. So it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna pop it off.
Pride ourselves on, and I tell the boys all the time. I'm like, man, the more I think about it, I feel like we're like actually a group, like more than anything, like because like we like always are trying to figure out harmony parts, like minimum like 2 or 3-part harmonies on every song that we use it. You know, do stuff that we shouldn't be doing, and it doesn't happening, but we do all love to sing, and we all have that ability and potential. So we figure, why not? Let's like pick it up and do it tight and lock it down.
The vocal harmony.
So
they're so key. Like they just sound. There's such a satisfying side of music. Like when you're actually singing in harmony, everyone's in like just on point and doing it. Like everyone can feel that shit. Like it feels good in the audience and really good doing it on stage. So that's been a big focus for us. Certainly, I mean, basically the entire time I've been with the band. But yeah, the vocal harmony, constantly trying to get those better, tight, more consistent, sounding more beautiful every time. So hopefully we'll have some good shit coming on this next tour.
Man, I wish I could be there. I have so much appreciation for harmony. I mean, group soul is I get weak sometimes if I listen for too long, or sometimes my feet leave the ground. So I can't wait to hear it. I hope there's some clips there. But here's my real question. Are y'all going to be wearing like the same outfit? Are we going to have a 3-piece suit on? Everybody in like a lilac colored suit? Or what's the wardrobes like? This is important.
So I feel like what we do is we will kind of congregate a little bit on what to wear, but a lot of time it's more so like color matching and stuff. But we really like to do our own thing, and we really like to make sure that we're dressed nice and funky. And we kind of all check each other a little bit, and we kind of see like how we can make it work and be what's the word I'm looking for, copacetic. But we just like to dress funky or just cool, you know. We kind of all have our own little style, and I think it comes off really well.
Yeah, we don't all have to like be wearing the same thing necessarily or that, but it's like it all fits, you know. It's not like you got two guys in like flares and like dress shoes and a button-up shirt and some other guy shirt and cargo shorts or
Yeah.
something, you know. Like
Hey.
Yeah.
there's lineage between it all, but it's like whatever, you know, you go off the street, but it's like, you know, it all flows.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm excited for everybody that's got tickets. And just give us a quick reminder, real quick. If we don't have tickets, what's the date? What's the time? And where do we shop it?
Yeah, so it's going to be this Thursday, January 25th at the Fremont Theater. And yeah, you can check that out in the link in our bio. You can check that out on the Sinceres page. You can check that out with the Altons. If you're going to see the Sinceres and the Altons, if you buy tickets to their show, you're buying tickets to our show too. So
Yeah.
get some tickets to those boys' shows. Those homies are the best. We love them. We love playing shows with them. If you want to see them, you're seeing us.
Yeah.
Go and grab them. Go and grab them.
Yeah, it's not just slow. It's slow, Napa, Turlock, Bakersfield.
Hmm.
We're doing that whole run next, you know,
Yeah.
couple weeks. Going to be coming
That's what it is.
down near you.
So let's get personal for a second. I'm always curious to know what it is that you know my favorite musicians are listening to. What was their inspiration growing up? I'd love it if each of you could maybe let us know, you know, a record from the past or an artist or maybe a childhood memory with music that really inspired you to say, this is what I want to do. This is my why. But also tell us something that you're listening to right now this week that's really moved you. It's on heavy rotation.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, the song I've been listening to most of all is "Babies in Black" by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Rock did a video of us singing that one, but I mean, I've basically just been shedding that song, trying to learn the harmony and get it sounding good.
Yeah.
That's a Beatles song. I want to listen to a Beatles song.
Yeah. That's a good Beatles song. Um,
Great record.
great record. Great record. Um. Yeah. My mom used to listen to a lot of soul music. So right there, my mom loved Isley Brothers, and she loved the Jackson Five. So my destiny was set in stone. Like after that, I was just like, all right, you know. And then currently, me and Sage have been learning a lot of two-part harmonies. So we've been listening to "Love Hurts" by the Everly Brothers, which has been like just it's a really like a lot of people don't know about the classic version, but it's really good. And yeah, so that's what I've been listening to a lot lately. That song's great.
This goes back, brings Anthony to the picture. When we were kids, we were listening to a bunch of music together. His dad at his house had just every floor wall in a massive stack of records. Always listen to records, try to get hip to stuff. And then I think it was like sixth grade, we finally found the Spinners, and it was "I'll Be Around" by the Spinners. Like, yo, like what is this? Like, this is what we want to do now. So, like after that, like going nuts, trying to find all that like what started there in that '70s bullshit. Started winding our way around, like taking every avenue we could think of and find, and just got deeper and deeper. That's kind of where it all started for me. It's been a long time, but always resonated with like soul and kind of the stories, like almost like good country music, like always a story, and you can follow the story if you do it, and it's you can feel it, you can relate to that, and it's like simple, but it's there, and that's all you need really in music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I've held for a while. Like soul music kind of spans other genres as well. Like you hear a song, a rock song, a pop song, whatever genre you got. But if you can feel the soul in it, so like you have that soul music there. It's not just like the absolute like definition of like music, like whatever like the standard would be. It span it. If you got soul, you can make soul
Brock
music.
Brock says this all the time, or you put it this way, Brock. It's not like good or bad. There's music with soul and without soul. Like
yeah. Absolutely.
That is what I say. That is what I say.
Y'all
Like,
are
hey,
scholars up here right now,
Black Sabbath has soul, you know? Like,
Exactly. There's some
plain
soul.
and simple, Black Sabbath.
man.
You know?
So, this is about you all tonight, but you talked about, harmony being so important as something that you're working on, you're investing your time into, as well as, the music that's moved you. Could I do an exclusive announcement real quick and show you guys something that I think you're really gonna love? Do
Yeah.
you mind? All right.
Do this.
What's going on?
So I got a little story for you. I
Okay.
uh I, I really see this music as oxygen. I've said this before, but I don't see y'all as musicians. I see y'all as healers, because the music that you create, there's people out there that are looking for it, that are hurting, that need it. Sometimes we feel great, but we just want something to help keep pushing us forward. And so that is what this music does to me. When I think about like a few months ago, I'm always a student of the game. I'm always listening, researching, reading, going down rabbit holes, trying to find this person from the past. And sometimes I have some discoveries. Other times it's the leaders, the rare soul collectors from California that have guided me and kind of had this hunger. So as I'm always studying, I came across this song, and it was harmony. It was really rich harmony. I had never seen the record before, and my routine is usually it only takes a few seconds to really move me, and then I'm usually off somewhere in Discogs trying to find it,
Yeah.
followed by eBay. Well, I kept running into a dead end, and finally I found the catalog owners of the record, and it brings me great joy to say that my passion and desire for this music is what led to this actually being reissued.
Oh, yeah.
So this is from 1971 on the Sintown label out of Ohio,
Oh, wow. Look at
the
that.
Four Jades, and the song that moved me so much is "Gee How I Miss You." And so I'm really pleased to say that this will be coming out very, very soon from Fraternity Music Group Records.
Yeah.
But I wanted to take the time. I didn't want to do this tonight. I was going to do it some other time this week. But when y'all started talking about the harmony and soul, I thought, my gosh, I want them to go on to YouTube afterwards and listen to the Four Jades, Gee How I Miss You.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you hear this, your feet are going to leave the ground.
You know what? I think I heard it on your Instagram. What was it, like a few days ago, was it not?
Well, I dropped some hints months back, and I've been talking
Okay.
about it. So this is on the way. I'm so proud to just be a part of this and to support the promotion, because I'll tell you what, fellas, we could not go out and find this. They don't exist, the original.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be able to see this pressed again on a 7-inch that's going to be affordable for collectors, seasoned and new, enthusiast, novice, whatever you want to call it, we're all going to have an opportunity to own this record. And so I wanted to share this tonight. I hope y'all will go listen to it. Maybe it will inspire you, motivate you, energize you. But it's a great record, and definitely take a listen to it.
Oh,
Hey, thanks for showing us, man. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's on there. That's sick.
it's pretty cool.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. We're about to make it happen.
Now, I got a couple more questions. What I'd love you to do is tell us, what can we expect next from the charities? Let us know about the tour schedule, the releases. If we don't know, where could we buy the record? Where can we find you guys and stay up to date with all things the charities?
Yeah, man. We got a lot of shows coming up. We got songs in the bank right now, from Anthony. We're looking on what we're gonna do with those, how we want to go about releasing them or whatever it may be. Probably gonna have another 45 coming soon because we want to keep that we want to keep the iron hot, and yeah, hoping to play. We got this little tour coming up with the Sinceres and the Altons, and then we're playing in Long Beach. We're playing in Santa Ana. And then we haven't announced this yet, but I'm going to announce it right here for the first time. We will actually be doing a stripped down set at Penrose Record Room, which is literally their new open record store.
Oh,
And
sick.
the awesome dude Matt there, Matt hit us up, and he asked
Oh,
us to come in there and play. So we're going to be doing that on February 10th.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like the precursor to Valentine's Day. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to
Don't be sick.
Matt Beld. Matt Beld. Not only does he lead the record room,
Yeah.
but he is the tag team partner to Vicky Tafoya in the Big Beat Band.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
right.
the accolades go on and on. So I think it's fantastic that you guys are going to grace that space. Man, gosh, I need to get out to California more often. All right, for the last question, I ask all my guests this. I love quotes. I love mantras, things that motivate me. Would y'all be willing to share a quote that's near and dear to heart, something that you lean on, more often than not, that you'd be willing to share with us?
Get blasted. Listen to oldies.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's all
You.
about.
That's one. That's a good one. That one's always inspired us to have the most fun and just listen to the music that we love and make and want to create music that we love. Also, um, never, friggin', it's never too late to do what it is that you want to
I
do.
love
Like,
that.
don't ever stop. Don't ever think that you're always in the place that you need to be doing what it is that you want to do. And if you guys have some stuff that you want to mention in there as well, you know.
Yeah. Every single day, just try to do some sick shit, whatever it is. But I hope to do some soon. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that is it.
Yeah.
Alec, you got some words of wisdom?
I'm just trying to remember the quote, but I keep it on my desk at home. All the places you'll go book, and I just always have that shit. I love that. So if you read that book, anything's great. Same vibe.
Stevie Wonder can see.
No.
Oh, come on.
We could have a whole live stream debate about that. I got lots of facts on that.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right.
Stevie been seeing you for a long time, brother.
Yeah.
But listen, here's what I really like about those quotes. It wasn't anything uber profound or deep, but I think what we're able to glean from this is you guys are in a fantastic place. You are living in the moment, experiencing this music, and we are seeing the best version of you as individuals and as a group. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I just want to give you a little space to share some last minute words with our viewers. I also just want to shout out Vincent and Magdalena from New Tone Recordings. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this, to support this release. This is just a fantastic thing, and I'm so excited that we were able to do the unbox when we were, to have this interview tonight right before they're getting ready to hit the stage, before the debut release is officially out there. So thank you so much for that.
So can I ask something real
You
quick?
can ask me whatever
Yeah.
you want, brother.
So Magdalena, that's like the. Oh wait, is that
This is
Vincent?
almost sounding like we should talk in the DMs. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's
Never
part
mind.
two, bro.
Anyways, yeah, I was just saying because I know that I've also seen it says New Tone is a woman-owned record company. So, matter of respect, who is that her name? That's right, that's right. I feel like I've only talked to Vincent or known about, but yeah, I just want to say big shouts out to Magdalena. Yeah, thank you so much for helping us out. Love you guys so much. New Tone is the best. You can go get the record at New Tone. Wonderful record company, New Tone Recordings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and go to the Penrose record room. I just saw that they chimed in and said that they got a shipment thing en route over the record room right now. So
Oh, what? That's new to me.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
that there and pick up some free pop.
Gentlemen, I just want to say thank you again for being here. You know where to find me, when the next one drops. And if you ever want to come back, we do part 2s, we do part 3s. We crossed 300 live stream interviews last year.
Yeah.
So I want to continue to move this forward, and know you got a soul brother here that's looking out and ready to support you.
Yo, shouts out to Waxvillain.
Yeah.
He's the man. He's on top of the scene. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, you got fam with the Charities for real.
Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 20 some odd people that watched this 48-minute interview. Waxville in Seattle, Washington. We're out of here.
Thanks, Wax.